There is a divine order to everything. The universe is always conspiring for your highest good, even when you cannot see it. So often we pray for something small, a single rose, a sign, a breakthrough. But what if life has something even greater in store? What if instead of one rose, you are meant to receive an entire garden? The key is trust. The key is patience. Everything you desire is coming, but in its perfect time. So often in life, we believe we know exactly what we need. We pray for specific things, set rigid expectations, and hold tightly to what we think will bring us happiness. We ask for a job, a relationship, a financial breakthrough, or a sign that we're on the right path. But what if there's something far greater waiting for us? What if instead of receiving exactly what we ask for, we are given something beyond our imagination? Something that will truly fulfill us in ways we never anticipated. The universe knows what you need, even when you don't. There is a divine intelligence working in your favor at all times, guiding you toward your highest good. This intelligence is vast, loving, and wise. It sees past your current struggles and knows what will bring you lasting joy, not just temporary relief. It orchestrates situations, relationships, and opportunities that may not always align with your expectations, but are ultimately designed for your growth and fulfillment. Think of a time in your life when you wanted something so desperately, perhaps a certain job, a relationship, or an opportunity, but it didn't happen the way you envisioned. At the time, you may have felt disappointment, frustration, or even heartbreak. But looking back, can you see how things actually worked out for the better? Can you recognize how that rejection, that delay, or that closed door led you to something even greater? That's the universe at work. That's divine timing in action. We are often so fixated on our own limited perspective that we fail to see the bigger picture. We believe we need a specific solution, but the universe is crafting something much richer, something that aligns perfectly with our soul's purpose. Imagine a child who asks for a small toy, not realizing their parent is preparing an entire room full of gifts. The child only sees what's in front of them, but the parent understands that something greater is coming. In the same way, life is always preparing something greater for you, something beyond what you can currently see or imagine. One of the biggest challenges we face is learning to trust this process. It's easy to become discouraged when things don't happen on our timeline. It's easy to assume that if our prayers haven't been answered immediately, they won't be answered at all. But delays are not denials. When something is meant for you, it will come at the perfect time in the perfect way. What's truly yours will never pass you by. The universe does not operate on human time. It works in divine time. And divine timing is always precise, always perfect. Sometimes the things we think we want are not actually what's best for us. We might long for a specific relationship, believing it will bring us happiness, but the universe knows that it would only bring heartache. We might strive for a particular career path, believing it will fulfill us, but the universe is guiding us toward a purpose that will bring us even greater joy. When things don't go as planned, it's not because life is punishing us. It's because life is protecting us. It is removing what is not meant for us so that what is meant for us can arrive. This is why surrender is so important. Surrender does not mean giving up. It means trusting. It means allowing life to unfold naturally without forcing outcomes. It means releasing control and understanding that you don't have to have all the answers right now. You don't have to figure everything out on your own. The universe is already working behind the scenes, aligning you with the experiences, people, and opportunities that will truly serve you. Your only job is to stay open, to stay present, and to trust that everything is happening for your highest good. Gratitude is a powerful tool in this process. When you express gratitude for what you already have, you shift your energy. You move from a place of lack to a place of abundance. You begin to see that you are already surrounded by blessings, even if they don't look exactly as you expected. And when you appreciate what you have, you open the door for even more to come into your life. Remember, life is not withholding anything from you. You are not being left behind. You are being guided, shaped, and prepared for something incredible. The desires placed in your heart are not random. They are whispers from the universe, letting you know what is possible for you. But the path to those desires may not always look the way you expect. Sometimes what you think is a detour is actually the most direct route to your greatest joy. So trust the process. Let go of the need to control every detail. Know that the universe sees what you cannot see and is always working for your benefit. Even in moments of uncertainty, even when things don't make sense, have faith that you are exactly where you need to be. What is meant for you is already on its way. You may have prayed for a single rose, but trust that life is preparing to give you an entire garden. So often in life, we mistake delays for denials. When something doesn't happen as quickly as we want, we assume that it's not meant for us. We tell ourselves stories of rejection, failure, and loss. But what if the delay is not a denial at all? What if it's a redirection towards something far greater than we ever imagined? What if the very thing we think we're missing out on is actually a stepping stone to something even better? Life is not in the business of depriving you. The universe is not working against you. It is working for you in ways that you may not yet understand. Every seeming delay, every door that remains closed, every situation that doesn't go as planned is not a punishment, it is protection. It is divine guidance shifting you away from what does not serve you and leading you toward what does. Think about a time when you desperately wanted something, a job, a relationship, an opportunity, but it didn't work out. In the moment, it felt frustrating. You may have felt like you had done everything right, yet the outcome wasn't what you expected. But later, when you look back, you realize that had you gotten what you wanted, it wouldn't have been the best thing for you. Maybe that job would have left you unhappy. Maybe that relationship would have drained you. Or maybe that opportunity would have taken you further from your true purpose. At the time, you saw a setback. In hindsight, you saw a blessing. This is why patience and trust are so important. When something is meant for you, it will come. Not a moment too soon, not a moment too late, but at the exact right time. The delays you experience are not obstacles, they are preparations. They are aligning you with the right people, the right opportunities, and the right circumstances so that when your moment arrives, you will be ready to receive it fully. It's easy to become discouraged when things don't happen on our timeline. We live in a world that demands instant results. We expect quick fixes, overnight success, and immediate gratification. But nature does not operate this way. The most beautiful things in life take time to grow. Flowers do not bloom overnight. A tree does not bear fruit the day it is planted. There is a process of growth, of nurturing, of waiting. And just like nature, your life is unfolding in perfect time. Sometimes delays happen because there is still something you need to learn. There may be healing that needs to take place, strength that needs to be built, or clarity that needs to develop. If you rush ahead before you are ready, you may miss out on the full experience of what is meant for you. The universe is not denying you, it is ensuring that when you do receive your blessings, you will be able to hold onto them, appreciate them, and fully step into them. Other times, delays happen because what you are asking for is too small compared to what is truly possible for you. You may be settling for a fraction of what you deserve without realizing it. Life, in its infinite wisdom, is pushing you to expand your vision, to reach for something greater. A delay can be the universe's way of saying, think bigger, dream higher. You are meant for more. Then there are moments when delays are necessary to protect you from harm. You may not understand it in the moment, but that closed door may be saving you from heartache, disappointment, or even danger. That missed opportunity may be preventing you from walking down a path that was never meant for you. What you perceive as rejection may actually be divine intervention. The key is to release the need for control. Surrendering does not mean giving up, it means trusting. It means knowing that even when things don't go according to your plan, they are still going according to a greater plan. When you release resistance and allow life to unfold naturally, you make space for miracles. You shift from frustration to faith, from impatience to peace, from doubt to certainty. Every time you face a delay, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" try asking, "What is this teaching me? What is life redirecting me toward?" When you start viewing delays as redirections rather than denials, you free yourself from unnecessary suffering. You no longer see obstacles as barriers, but as stepping stones, leading you to exactly where you are meant to be. Trust that your path is unfolding perfectly. Trust that what is meant for you will never pass you by. Trust that every delay is actually a divine setup for something better. You may have wanted a single door to open, but life is preparing an entire new path for you. You may have prayed for a rose, but the universe is growing an entire garden in your honor. Your job is not to worry, not to doubt, but to trust, because something greater is always on its way. In life, we often want things to happen immediately. We set goals, make plans, and expect results right away. When we don't see progress as quickly as we would like, we start to feel discouraged. We wonder if we are doing something wrong or if what we desire is simply not meant for us. But just like a garden, everything in life needs time to grow. There is a process of planting, nurturing, waiting, and trusting. And when we learn to honor that process, we begin to understand that patience is not just about waiting, it's about trusting in divine timing. Imagine planting a seed. The moment it is placed in the soil, it begins its journey of transformation. But you do not see the roots forming beneath the ground. You do not witness the tiny changes happening deep within. You simply have to trust that, in time, with enough sunlight, water, and care, that seed will sprout, grow, and eventually blossom into something beautiful. The same is true for your dreams, your healing, your relationships, and your personal growth. Everything you are working toward is already unfolding, even if you cannot yet see the results. One of the biggest mistakes we make is thinking that nothing is happening just because we can't see progress. This is when frustration creeps in. We start to compare our journey to others, questioning why their lives seem to be moving forward while we feel stuck. But comparison is an illusion. Every garden blooms in its own time. Some plants grow quickly, while others take years to mature. Some flowers bloom early in the season, while others wait for just the right moment. Your life is no different. Just because you don't see results today doesn't mean nothing is happening. Your roots are growing beneath the surface, preparing you for the right moment to bloom. We also must understand that growth is not just about reaching the final result, it's about the process itself. Think of a tree that stands strong and tall. It did not get that way overnight. It endured storms, changes in the seasons, and moments of stillness where no visible growth was happening. Yet, beneath the surface, its roots were deepening, making it stronger. Your own journey will have moments of stillness, moments of difficulty, and moments where you feel nothing is changing. But those are the times when your foundation is being built. Those are the times when you are being strengthened in ways you cannot yet understand. Patience is the key to allowing your life to unfold naturally. When we rush the process, we often settle for less than what we truly deserve. A farmer would never dig up a seed just because it isn't growing fast enough. That would destroy the very thing he is trying to cultivate. And yet so often we do this in our own lives. We give up on relationships, dreams, and personal goals just because they are taking longer than expected. But just because something takes time does not mean it is not worth having. Some of the most beautiful things in life require patience and trust. There is also an element of faith involved in growth. When you plant a garden, you do not stand over it, demanding it to bloom. You do your part by providing the right conditions, and then you allow nature to do the rest. The same principle applies to life. You must take action, set your intentions, put in the work, and stay committed. But after that, you must trust that the universe is doing its part. You cannot force something to happen before it is ready. You can only create the right conditions and trust that when the time is right, what is meant for you will unfold effortlessly. There will be times when doubt creeps in. You may question whether your efforts are in vain. You may wonder if what you desire is even possible for you. But in those moments, remind yourself that just because you don't see results yet does not mean they are not coming. Think of the seasons. A tree may look barren in winter, but that does not mean it is dead. It is simply preparing for spring. You may feel like nothing is happening in your life right now, but that does not mean you are not growing. Your season of blossoming is on its way. The most important thing you can do during this time is to stay consistent. Keep nurturing your dreams. Keep believing in yourself. Keep moving forward, even when progress seems slow. Every action you take, no matter how small, is adding to your growth. Every lesson you learn, every challenge you overcome, and every moment of patience you practice is shaping you into the person you are meant to be. One day, when you least expect it, you will look around and realize that everything you have been working for, everything you have been patiently waiting for has come to fruition, and in that moment you will understand why the process took time. You will see how every delay, every setback, and every moment of uncertainty was actually leading you to something greater. You will realize that what you were waiting for was not just a single bloom, it was an entire garden. In life, we often find ourselves waiting for our dreams to come true, waiting for love, waiting for success, waiting for a sign that we are on the right path. And when things don't happen as quickly as we would like, frustration sets in. We start to question if what we want will ever arrive. But what if the key to speeding up the process isn't working harder or pushing more forcefully? What if the secret lies in something much simpler? Gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful force. It is not just about saying thank you for the things you already have. It is about shifting your entire energy. When you focus on what you are grateful for, you are sending a clear message to the universe. I recognize and appreciate the blessings in my life. This energy of appreciation creates an opening for even more blessings to flow in. The more you give thanks, the more you receive. Many people live in a constant state of lack. They focus on what they don't have, what isn't working, what they are still waiting for. But when your energy is centered on lack, you are unknowingly pushing your desires further away. You are telling the universe, I don't have enough, and the universe responds by giving you more of that reality. However, when you shift your focus to what is already abundant in your life, you attract more abundance. Gratitude is like a magnet. It pulls in more things to be grateful for. Think of it this way. Imagine you are giving a gift to someone. If they barely acknowledge it, or worse, complain that it wasn't exactly what they wanted, you may feel less inclined to give to them again. But if they express genuine appreciation, if they show excitement and joy, you naturally want to give them even more. The universe operates in the same way. The more you appreciate what you already have, the more life will shower you with new blessings. Gratitude also shifts your mindset from waiting to receiving. Often we place too much emphasis on the future, when we will finally have the relationship, the success, the financial freedom. But when we are always looking ahead, we fail to see the beauty in the present moment. The truth is, you are already in the process of receiving. What you desire is already unfolding, step by step, in ways you may not yet recognize. By practicing gratitude, you acknowledge that progress is happening, even if you cannot yet see the final result. One of the most effective ways to speed up the process of manifestation is to express gratitude as if what you want has already arrived. Instead of saying, "I will be happy when I get the job," say, "I am so grateful for the perfect job that is making its way to me now." Instead of thinking, "I need love in my life," say, "I am grateful for the deep, loving relationship that is on its way to me." When you affirm gratitude for what is coming, you align yourself with its arrival. You remove resistance and open the doors for it to enter your life more quickly. Gratitude is also a form of trust. It is saying to the universe, "I trust that I am being guided. I trust that things are working out in my favor." Too often we let doubt and impatience cloud our vision. We wonder if what we want will ever come, and in that doubt, we slow down the process. But when we shift into a state of gratitude, we replace fear with faith. We no longer feel the need to control everything because we know that things are already falling into place. Even in difficult moments, gratitude has the power to transform. When you face challenges, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What is this teaching me?" Every obstacle is an opportunity for growth. Every delay is making you stronger. When you can be grateful, even in the midst of struggle, you accelerate your transformation. You move through hardships more quickly because you are no longer resisting them, you are embracing them as part of your journey. A simple daily practice of gratitude can make a profound difference. Start each morning by listing 3 things you are grateful for. They don't have to be big. They can be as simple as the warmth of the sun, the kindness of a friend, or the opportunity to start fresh each day. The more you practice gratitude, the more natural it becomes, and soon you will notice that your life begins to shift. The things you once wished for start appearing with greater ease. Opportunities flow to you effortlessly. You feel lighter, more at peace, and more open to the infinite possibilities before you. Gratitude is not just a mindset, it is a way of living. It is a choice to focus on what is good, even in moments of uncertainty. It is a decision to trust that everything is working in your favor, even when the outcome is not yet visible. When you embrace gratitude fully, you speed up the process of receiving all that you desire. You no longer feel like you are waiting. You realize that you are already on the path, and the destination is closer than you ever imagined. Life has a way of unfolding exactly as it should. Even when things don't go according to your plans, even when doors close, and even when opportunities seem to slip through your fingers, what is meant for you will never pass you by. This truth can be difficult to embrace when you are in the middle of uncertainty, but when you trust in divine timing and the natural flow of life, you begin to understand that everything happens for a reason. Even the setbacks, even the disappointments. So often we fear that we have missed our chance. We look back and wonder if we made the wrong decision, if we let something important slip away, or if we have taken too long to reach our goals. But life does not operate on a rigid schedule. It is not about luck or perfect timing, it is about alignment. What is truly meant for you will always find its way into your life, no matter how long it takes or what obstacles arise. You cannot lose what is destined to be yours. Think about a river flowing toward the ocean. No matter what twists and turns it takes, no matter how many rocks or barriers it encounters, it will always find its way. The same is true for the blessings, opportunities, and people meant for you. Even if they take a different route than you expected, even if there are delays, they will arrive at the perfect time. Your role is not to chase, force, or control the outcome. Your role is to trust the flow, to show up as your best self, and to allow what is meant for you to arrive naturally. Sometimes what we think is meant for us is actually a stepping stone to something greater. We become attached to a certain job, relationship, or dream, and when it doesn't work out, we feel devastated. But what if that loss was actually a redirection? What if it was clearing space for something even better? Imagine if every closed door was actually protecting you from something that wasn't right for you. Imagine if every detour was guiding you to something more fulfilling than you could have imagined. There have likely been moments in your life when you felt something had slipped away, only to later realize that it was never truly meant for you. Perhaps you were heartbroken over a relationship that ended, only to later meet someone who was a far better match. Perhaps you were disappointed when you didn't get a job, only to find a better opportunity that aligned with your purpose. This is proof that life is always working in your favor, even when it doesn't feel like it at the time. When you trust that what is meant for you will never pass you by, you stop chasing, you stop trying to control everything, you stop worrying about timing. Instead, you step into a state of peace. You understand that you are always exactly where you need to be. And when you release the need to force things, you create space for the right things to come effortlessly. Fear often tells us that if we don't act quickly, we will lose our opportunity. It makes us believe that if something is taking too long, it must not be meant for us. But nothing that is truly yours can ever be lost. If an opportunity is meant for you, it will return in another form. If a relationship is meant for you, it will find its way back or make room for a better connection. Life does not withhold what is meant for you. It simply delivers it at the perfect time. This does not mean you should sit back and wait for everything to come to you without effort. You must still take action, pursue your passions, and open yourself up to possibilities. But the key is to take inspired action, not desperate action. When you act from a place of trust rather than fear, you align yourself with the flow of life. You become a magnet for the things that are truly meant for you. Patience is an essential part of this journey. There will be moments when you feel like nothing is happening, when you wonder if you are being forgotten or left behind. But growth is happening even when you cannot see it. Just like a seed beneath the soil, your blessings are developing in ways you cannot yet perceive. One day, when the timing is right, everything will come together and you will understand why things had to unfold the way they did. If something or someone has left your life, trust that it was for a reason. If an opportunity did not work out, trust that something better is on its way. Your only job is to stay open, to keep moving forward, and to trust that what is meant for you will never pass you by. When you fully embrace this truth, you release fear, worry, and doubt. You step into a place of peace, knowing that everything you need will come at exactly the right time. There comes a time in life when you must release control, surrender your worries, and trust that the universe is working on your behalf. Holding on too tightly, trying to force outcomes, and obsessing over how things will unfold only creates resistance. But when you let go, when you release your fears and allow life to flow naturally, you open the door for miracles to happen. The universe knows exactly what you need, when you need it, and how to bring it to you. Your job is not to control every detail, but to trust the process. Letting go does not mean giving up. It does not mean sitting back and doing nothing. Rather, it is about shifting your energy from fear to faith, from doubt to certainty. It means doing what you can, taking inspired action, and then stepping back to allow the universe to do the rest. Think of it like planting a seed. You water it, nurture it, and give it sunlight. But you don't dig it up every day to see if it's growing. You trust that nature will take its course. The same principle applies to your dreams, desires, and intentions. Many people struggle with letting go because they fear losing control. They believe that if they stop worrying, things will fall apart. But the truth is, the more you try to control everything, the more stress and frustration you create. Life is not meant to be a constant struggle. It is meant to flow. When you release your grip, you create space for things to unfold in ways you may not have expected, often in ways that are even better than you imagined. Think about the times in your life when things worked out unexpectedly. Maybe you were desperately trying to make something happen, only to find that when you stopped pushing so hard, the perfect solution appeared. Maybe you were struggling to find an answer, and the moment you stopped overthinking, clarity arrived. This is the power of surrender. When you let go, you remove the blocks that are preventing your desires from manifesting. One of the greatest lessons in life is learning to trust divine timing. We often want things to happen on our schedule. We set deadlines for success, love, and happiness, but the universe operates on a different timeline, one that is always perfect. If something is not happening yet, there is a reason. Maybe you need to grow a little more before you receive it. Maybe the right conditions have not yet aligned. Or maybe something even better is on its way. When you release your attachment to the timing, you allow things to unfold in the most beautiful and effortless way. Letting go also means releasing attachment to specific outcomes. Sometimes we become so fixated on how we think things should be that we block ourselves from receiving what is truly best for us. The universe has infinite possibilities, far beyond what we can see. When you hold on too tightly to one outcome, you limit yourself. But when you let go, you open yourself up to greater opportunities, unexpected blessings, and divine guidance. Another important part of surrender is releasing the need for approval and validation from others. Too often we hold ourselves back because we are afraid of what people will think. We seek reassurance, confirmation, and external approval before we take action. But when you let go of the need to be accepted by everyone, you gain true freedom. You realize that your path is yours alone, and you do not need permission to follow it. Fear is what keeps people from surrendering. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of making the wrong decision. But fear is only an illusion. When you look back on your life, you will see that most of the things you once worried about never actually happened. You will see that every challenge you faced led you to where you are meant to be. When you understand this, you can let go of fear and trust that you are being guided. A simple way to practice letting go is through daily affirmations. Every morning, remind yourself, I trust that everything is working out for my highest good. I release the need to control and allow life to flow effortlessly. I surrender my worries and trust that the universe has a plan for me. By repeating these affirmations, you shift your energy. You replace doubt with faith, anxiety with peace, and resistance with openness. Over time, you will notice that life begins to feel lighter. Things start falling into place without force or struggle. The more you trust, the more you receive. Letting go is not about losing, it is about gaining. Gaining freedom, peace, and alignment with the divine flow of life. When you surrender, you step into a state of grace, where things come to you naturally. You no longer chase, force, or beg. Instead, you trust, receive, and allow. And in that space of surrender, the universe works miracles beyond anything you could have imagined.